Yeah. Yeah. I want to tell y'all about it.
How has Chicago influenced you?
Yeah, I think, Chicago is all that I've experienced, really. I grew up a hardcore Chicago MC, a hardcore Chicago b-boy, hardcore everything.
Right.
Just like in Chicago, I put it like this. Let me see, because I have to word this right. Chicago is the hardest place to make it.
Okay.
Which means that the standards are a lot higher, I think, as far as the talent that Chicago expects. You have to be good to say that, for people to say that you're decent. You have to be really good to say, for the crowd to say, oh, he was all right. You have to be more than decent to not get booed. You have to be great for people to say you're good. You have to be excellent to say, oh, that was dope. And you have to be just super outstanding to be, oh, he jacked. So, I mean, just with those standards, and the equivalent to the Chicago hip hop scene, whenever we got into ciphers and stuff like that, there was no such thing as kicking written raps. And then if you were really freestyling off of the top, you couldn't come whack. You know what I mean? You really had to just come with it. So, the standards, even if I felt like I was okay, like back when I was freestyling 94, 95, I thought I was dope, but it'd be somebody that come up and just rock your world. You're like, oh man, I gotta go back to the lab. So I think Chicago just always pushed me creatively. When you get up on the stage and think you're raw, and then like the crowd doesn't respond, and you're like, man, what's going on? And you just go back and just work. It was just like, you gotta always keep putting in work. Always keep putting in work. And I mean, the Chicago hip hop scene has always been very flavorful. From the Jack and Jill parties to freestyling at North Pier, Navy Pier, to breakdancing at the Promontory Point Lighthouse on 55th, to all of the MC battles that I've been in and everything, to freestyling at Blue Note and freestyling the Subterranean, or back in high school, just going to random high schools and just looking for a dude who even looked hip hop, and just calling them out like, "What's up, dude? You on your lunch break?" So that's what it was all about. I mean, Chicago just really breeded me to be the best MC, and I really think that Chicago brings out the beast in an MC. Like, the Kanye's, the Kanye's a beast, Lupe's a beast, Common's a beast. Everybody is a beast from within, and I'm just trying to be a worthy descendant. Right? I don't look at myself as like, oh, I'm this and I'm that and blah blah blah. I just, the same regards that these MCs are held in. Eventually, I would like to be held in the same regards and everything. And 10 years later, might be somebody else who says, hey, I want to be like Sam I Am. Just like how I looked at Common when he came out with Resurrection, like, God, he has such sick wordplay or whatever. You know what I mean? How am I gonna get like that? I was 12 years old with a high top fade. You know what I mean? So it's like, so definitely, and I'm from 87th and Stony, just like he is. So big ups 87 Stony Island, big ups. So that's just the main thing, just to always be innovative. And since I'm a mailman, I push the envelope. So.
Oh wow! Okay. Yeah, don't get postal on that. All right, so tell me something. You have a hell of a resume. I'm just gonna mention a few. I just want you to elaborate on it.
Right.
Over 40 open mics hosted.
I've always been wanting to tell this story and put it out to the world. So here we go. I went to Northern Illinois University, and my freshman year, I was all about trying to establish my name as an MC. So I was going to all of the open mics and just trying to do everything that I could possibly do. Then my sophomore year, a guy by the name of Chris Dyer approached me and said, do you want to be a part of my group called So Infinite? And So Infinite, there were 4 black guys that were known for putting together like the biggest shows on campus, whether it's like homecoming, comedy shows, or what have you. So in the midst of me meeting him and trying to get acquainted with being down with So Infinite, there's a lady by the name of Carla Carr, who was a teacher, and she asked me did I want to help her throw an event, and I said sure, how about an open mic? So the first open mic that we did, I said, hey, just let it be free, let's throw it in the dorm, see how it does. This was back in 2001, and the first open mic that we ever threw, over 400 people showed up. So I was like, wow, we must really be onto something.
First thing.
First open mic I ever did. And then I did, yes, and it's documented in Northern Star, so the newspaper and everything. And so we did 2 more open mics together, Carla Carr and I. And after we had done those 3 open mics, So Infinite, they were like, hey, would you like to be down with us and everything? So I joined So Infinite. And then we threw like huge comedy shows. We had D-Ray, Hits from the Street, just doing all type of homecoming events or whatnot. And eventually, because they were older than me, they eventually graduated. So once they graduated, I took the knowledge that I learned from the open mics with Carla Carr and the events that I had done with So Infinite. And I said, man, I would like to do these open mics on my own.
Okay.
And I thought that was kind of scary because I was going out on a limb, but I felt like I had built a rapport with the northern hip hop community and just people who were into the arts. And so my first 25 open mics that I had thrown was at a place called The House in downtown DeKalb, and that was really successful. And then like my last 15 or so was at a place called University Plaza, and I averaged at least about maybe from anywhere from like 50 to like maybe 100 people per open mic. So to put things in perspective, I had an open mic literally once every 2 weeks between the years of 2001 to 2005 straight.
Wow.
So and had a loyal fan base and everything, and I would also put out compilation albums of the talent that would come to the open mics and everything. So it'd be kind of cool, like the same people you see perform, I'm passing out CDs of their material and everything. And so I was kind of like the open mic king, and then soon people coming from different colleges and coming from the city just to perform my open mic. And then right before I graduated, I did my 40th open mic, and Northern honored me the opportunity to open for Talib Kweli at Northern like the day before I graduated. So it was like a classic ending, but yeah, that was like
that's a happy ending.
Yeah, that's a happy ending, So that's kind of like the hip hop timeline of me at Northern Illinois University and with the 40 open mics I did. And I was in the breakdancing crew too, Sub Element, aka Groundhog. So
big ups.
Big ups.
Sam, I want you to be in college till the end. I'll help you win, but soon you'll pay back what I lent. I said, whatever, lady, we'll talk later on, okay? In my mind, I never thought down the line that I would say, hey, Sally Mae, leave me alone. Sally Mae, leave me alone.